I was combining programs director, morning show host, and it gave me a lot of experience. Your friend presenters bear not more than 10. The top presenters for Media General, Professor Yanka, and I mean, it's lovely. Yeah, dear. You better ubiasi. We will make it this time round. But and where we are going, we can make it big and make it big. Thank you very much for the opportunity. For the last weeks, there's been a lot of speculations out there of Kofi Asante having left Akoma FM. For now, let me say that yes, it's true. I have given, I think on the late last month, that is late June, I officially had a discussion with my immediate managers, that is managers of Media General. And we had a lot of discussions because, you know, exiting, it's not easy in this media setup, especially to some of us. So I had a long discussions with them, and I think that for several reasons, I needed to make a way, more or less, exit. So officially on 24th of July, that is when my period of exit, the time frame given, would elapse. So beyond 24th of July, I can say that I will know I'm no more staff of Media General here in Akoma FM. So it's true, because with mixed feelings. I mean, with mixed feelings, I should say that. Yeah, I would want to say a big thank you to the management, Madame Beatrice, which is the group CEO. She's been such a wonderful personalities, and other managers of the station, Mr. Daniel Ama, the group C, the group CEO, and other team members, especially my immediate team at Akoma FM. They've all been wonderful. I joined Media General September 2020 from multimedia, having worked with multimedia for over, I think, 13 years. Yes, I joined multimedia. That was 2018, 2008, and I exited September 2020. So it was a long period. In this period from 2020 September, and it was indeed election year, very hot, and the same time, it was not easy exiting multimedia. I could say that one of my toughest moments in career was that period for about a month of exit. It was a very emotionally challenged and a very tough decision for me. But yes, of course, I needed to make a decision. When you ask of experience, it's been one of the best. I can say that. It's been one of the best, a very wonderful experience. The Akoma was, as a brand, was not that known. You see, Media General over the years has been the focus. I want to understand that has been much on TV because of TV3, and it's like that is where they started. Unlike my multimedia, where they started radio and later dive into TV, Media General started TV and moved into radio. So everybody, your first baby always takes much of your attention. Always my decision in transition in this media has always not make any meaning to many people. I don't believe in going into where it's already cooked. I believe in working it out to make it better. And that is why against all odds. Everybody at the time 4 years ago when you discussed with that you are leaving multimedia, a brand that I remember 2008, by the special grace of God, it was of course it was a growing brand. But when we joined as a newscaster, was able to take several opportunities and go through the mill, and after assuming the taking over responsibility as a morning show host, starting with just about 30 minutes content and growing it, then moving to an unknown, more or less, let me use the word quote unquote, an unknown brand like Akoma FM. Media General is a bigger media conglomerate, so it was not the best of decision to ordinary person. Anybody you discuss with, it also could be, this is the biggest risk, don't take it. But some of us see beyond today, and by the grace of God we know our competence. So I took the risk and I joined. I met the team, a very wonderful ones, and we decided to make it together with my producer then, Nana Sensumesa, is now in US. It's such a wonderful gem, because at the point in time, Madame Beatrice, which is the group CEO for, he said, Kofi, anything you can do for Akoma to be at the best, do it. I had the best of support, and I think that I will be grateful to that. We made it against several challenges, which is normal in every business. When they are growing, you have some of these things, but because the support was there, so if you are having a station like Akoma, which is not in Accra but in Kumasi, if you are not careful, they will lose sight, and therefore we were able to push, and with all the support of the team members, we were able to make it. And now the evidence is there for everybody to see. It is clear that from morning show and together with the Saturday Wonsum segment, by the grace of God, we made it to become the best, if not among the first one. We are among the first 3 morning show in the region. And I think that I can say the station has grown under our hands, and I will not take the credit alone. It was a team, but when you have a leader, when you're a leader and you have a team that will support you, you are able to make it. So I am very proud, and the experience has been one of the best. It's been very wonderful. Let me also say this, that I've worked with 2 biggest media brands, Media General and that of Multimedia. In Ghana, if you want to consider any of these are the 2 media brands that, in terms of corporate media, they lead. But I would say that I will still choose Media General against my previous networks. Why? Because they recognize hard work. They appreciate hard work. And if you want to make a mark, so I'll forever, if I have any of my junior guys in the media want to make any choice between these 2 media brands, I know I would say that Media General would be the best. It may not, it may have its own challenges in terms of policy, in terms of leadership, and if considering individual personalities, in terms of corporate politics and those things, and these are normal in every corporate and brands like this. So, but I would say that it has the best of structures. But in all, somebody will ask that, why then do you leave when you are giving all these good things? I think that there are a time in one's life you need to move forward. So I would say that yes, experience has been wonderful. I loved it, and yeah. We see, I remember a point in time when we went for outdoor. I went to the station, and this is one of the moments I remember, and I feel very teary. I had gathered all my instruments, my setup, everything. We're going for outdoor. For the first 1 month was fire for fire, because we needed to do everything to bring Akoma FM up. So we are set up to go to Formina constituency, where the lawyer, the third Speaker of Parliament, lawyer Siama, and at this constituency, I had gone to Ebuakwa for outdoor. I had gone to Asokwa, and I was doing what we call constituency connect. We had made every arrangement. We had our van ready, sound system ready, and in the night we were supposed to, that around dawn, in the morning 4 a.m. we were supposed to go to Formina. I had barely spent 2 months or 3 months at Akoma. So my producer called me around 3 and we're ready. By 4 o'clock, 5, some team had left. Then the technician called me that, boss, it rained in the night and the station is off. The entire station, so everything, we cannot go to Formula. I said, what? He said, no, Thibault, the boss, we can't. And it was like, what is it? In fact, everything in terms of the station, we're almost off. And we went off. For about 3 days, we're off. The thought that was coming up, people told you that you don't just need to take any challenge. And this is bigger than you. A station that you are ready to push and look at what is going on. So I think that these were some of the founding memories that when you remember, you feel like it was one of the greatest and the biggest. Sad and mixed feelings, but we were able to see through. For after 3 days before we were able to come on air, but I could say that these are normal. I mean, in radio stations, some of these things, but because we were now, you see, the station was now picking up, and by our presence, they needed to do everything to push and help us, and I think that they did their best, and it was so interesting. At a point, but I later told myself, you don't need to be discouraged, because I knew the future was bright. I knew my worth. I knew what, by the grace of God, we were able to do. And I knew the plans I had outlined that within a year or maximum, I should be able to break through and penetrate in the environment. And by the grace of God, we were able to do it. And I think that it was very interesting. Okay, so I need to reflect. For some time now, I've not been on air. A lot of people have been calling, asking all the questions, speculations out there, newspapers, the bloggers are publishing as usual. I need to reflect. It will be obvious, everybody will know. But I think that in the next few days, it will be out in the next few days. Yeah, just few days. If not hours, few days. So I think that just everybody should watch this space. A lot of people have called that, Kofi, do you need to go back? Because we've heard you are now a reverend minister. Do you have to be in the mainstream media? By the grace of God, I am, taking up a challenge in the Methodist Church Ghana beyond the full-time the ministry. We also have our media. The Methodists, we have our media set up, which is WTV, and I'm managing it for now. That is the core responsibility as a minister, part of it. Yes, I'll be in the mainstream media also. I will not leave. Why? Because I believe that we are the light of the world. And when the good voice, when the righteous are silent, the odds prevails. And I think that I don't believe in the notion that if you are a Christian and the media is something like evil. Even if it is evil, we have to make it better. I've been in the media in my entire life. Over 20 years, yes, I'm a teacher, a trained teacher, but I have not been teaching. And media has been me. Inti yenim bibia ye djuma ya de esuane radio and TV. Inti we yan den kra eno ade be. Inti mate Kofi Asante ya ne wa be sofu de. You started this of the na chew. Oh, ye dia sofu de a che. Me kai 2203 na me sha sorry so as caretaker as a lay in the lay ministry. Edi ananti mu awrade dia bedu bi edui. Enya sabre ni eba nti ye be free the mainstream media na kra yenyanyae. Mekoso awum. Nti edi mekoso awum. But in the few days no be hu be ameko. Enya bone se osofo nye radio. Maka se enen mremu na nka Yesu Kristo oba nka obewo WhatsApp page, ka obewo Facebook page. I believe that KB Crow or Twitter accounts I'll be blocking in some manfo hu enti yenjai mekoso our radio. So asori adwuma ne de ye wo mra wo ho enia ma bebre wo ho a ye beba from I mean niam nketinketi on say ye mre ya da age ne mre dodo na do radio no sisi a Methodist asori no wo mra ene nhihye ye e wo adwumadie hu enya niam nyina na ye wo kwan e betimi aye yezia more or less ye bibia ya asori no. I owe my entire to Christ though, but the church bibia kontu kwa na bi to Christ Jesus asori no e ma me akwanya ansa enti manfo hwe me ewo radio so kasa meka me ne ye eni shranka rade se mfie dudu ni aya radio adwuma no so no ya ma ye kasa ho abanyam me kan se be introduce program Mr. President and edu a party fu bi esu se be yen yabo aban bi achi 2016 me kai na me di green book e baaye na obia esu 2024 Mr. President obia esu ye be koso aye na ya manfo ehu se etwa se atrene fo kasa na nyamemma bidi won ho menka so obi adeboyeni sebe menye tebuafo mintimi mu obi aten but ya me pesa me kan se ye free radio so a ye nya mahwan ye nya mo bia ye ne na etwese ye kan because ye ni wiase han ye ni asase so nkyene Bible says nkyene ne yira ne dewa onfa nya hwibiem ye hwiegum ye tietia so ye bekoso aye nkyene ama asase no na edew ni nimu a ya tomu nkyene na ye de enti ye bekoso a radio so yes mekoso a hwa so me 20 since 2003 ma hwa sorry so abisine the difference I say ne no me bo clerical as ordained minister commissioned minister into the ordained ministry but all this one am hwa sorry so and na ye goso ye radio adwuma and ye bekoso ye radio adwuma yada agye ne bebre na bia ye mfa me radio but ye bekoso ye radio adwuma mekoso aka papa avigwa na mechanic say and to be adwene so Kofi Asante ya share no sofo enti me timenka ye wo mra me nkasa ma Methodist sorry nyame na mkasa ma mini kwanya asem kasa ma me ti radio say Kofi Asante as a morning show host but not as a Methodist spokesperson enti masama me kan ye me personal the American BIA, the Kofi Asante radio so and is he I am a moderator, I am a morning show host, but I am not a commentator. I only facilitate discussions. Enti enye me na me be kire me be ka bibi se be Ghana no oti fo obi atim dada ye nyina ekodwom obi anim ne ye koso enti de me pese me sisupi na obi ate ase ne se e no kre ye be koso aka manyosem and okra be koso aka yen nsem a ekoso wo oman ni mu me de kure nsem a wo krum bai me wie ye ehun se Kofi waka kuro no nsem yi nti e de Ghana akoma ato nsem meje Ghana akoma bo ho ban se si etwa se han ne to biase nyina ne ye ka han no edi ho han no adanse nti ye beka na Awurade na so be hiraye na wa ma ya dwen de meka ne se Ebenezer baby odi abeduni ewo akoma mfie 9 na Awurade de aba meda obi ase ewo ho obi aye no ye adwuma bia ye da onase edumre bi ewo nipa abrabo mu a etwa so okonanim minjaya akoma because obi aye mbone wo ho da bi minjaya akoma because akoma I say no without me the station will still be but the air can say baby ye do no etwa se me dane mani kakra Edding I sat down with the group CEO me nimpeni for transit ono se Kofi menko but me huni se enema me yenu me ensa binti me same ho kakra ebeboa en ma me mfa 20 nyina anim se enye de boni mu ena me di free station no only me di niye ma me nka ne sa asase bi wo ha wotena so a untimi nyini are you okay but ya wa asase bi wo ha wotena so a wunyini me ba akoma na I think I had my masters yes but metimi awie law school ewo station ho akomanim am Awurade adom metimi nso atena ho ama metimi abe Methodist sorry afre me into the ordained ministry nti make can say only mediniye as a Christian I believe in the spiritual side of everything enya baabia na wokwa ultimate survival and metimi I can say I have grown at Akoma bigger than when I left multimedia to Akoma. I've grown from leadership because I was combining programs director, morning show host, and it gave me a lot of experience. Aboa me pa, suehunu na dosu, betimi ehunia me bebre. At a point in time, you have the privilege to meet the board chair. Your representatives bear not more than 10, the top presenters for media general, and to have a dinner with the board chair, Professor Yanka, and I mean it's lovely. And to make say on share many munyam, but men kose station IBB, but me call because a brenason. Galatians chapter 4 verse 4 was in the brand we do no osman bano. Me jidi se brand we do. You say and can we insuo nche to na ehia, but you leave when the applause is very high. I think that is great. Enti ya de you better ubi ase. We will make it this time round. And where we are going, we can make it big and make it big. But the Lord has been faithful. And I thank all of you. Akoma. My years, for the last 4 years there, became successful. I give glory for the opportunity and management. The Maya, yet me grew, I be do sabri, and I'll forever be grateful. Yeah, that one us.